Hello buddies, so in this session we are going to see about the continuation of the old one. So we are going to create a foreground service and we are going to play the audio through the foreground service. Okay, those are the things we are going to do right now. So let's start without wasting time. So we have this is our screen. This only we did last time. Okay, so this is the same. So now we are going to see while clicking this one how to play the audio using this one. Okay, in the songs and all those things. Okay, so let's start creating a foreground service first of all. So let's start creating a service. So I'm just going to create a folder, this package service. So inside service we'll just create a music service. Okay, so service should extend service. Okay, service should extend a service function. So with this you have some functions. Okay, implementations, it's like onbind, and onbind is necessary, but we are not going to use binding service this here, so we don't want onbind to be written some binding material, so we are not going to use bounded service. Okay, so that's we are not going to bound, but we are going to on start command. Okay, and on this try, so both things we are going to use. So we'll just going to use this one, and we are going to create numerous, so really 3 broadcast channels to transfer data between this one and activity. Okay, so based on the broadcast channel only we are going to change the audio status. It's like pause, play, next, those things we are going to do that. Okay, so those things and all we are going to do. So now I'm just going to, we just created a music of service. So if first of all we create once we created a service, what we have to do, we have to add the service in a manifest file. Okay, so we are going to add the service in a manifest file right now. So let me go, and inside the application just create service. Okay, music service done. Okay, so this is done. So here we can add extra for export true. So one more thing, so for foreground service we are going to we need to add the foreground service type actually. Okay, foreground service type we need to add, it's a media playback. So we have a lot of foreground service here. Okay, camera connection service. So what type of foreground service we are going to use, that one we need to. So now we are going to use a media, right? So we are going to add a media playback. Okay, so this is the thing we have to add, and why it is media playback. Okay, so foreground service media playback, we didn't get the service permission. Okay, fine, so we can add. Okay, that's no, that's okay, sorry, that's not a problem, we can add it. Okay, media playback. Okay, so done. Okay, so we got a service and we got this one too. Okay, yeah, fine. So now we set the media service. So once we set the media service, so we are going to create one state file. Okay, so inside the service, so service needs some helper classes. So those classes and all I'm going to create right now. It's like player state sites like that. Okay, so player state and some enum functions. Okay, so those classes I'm going to create inside the service class. Okay, player state. So in the player state data class I'm going to add where id long. Okay, long. Okay, so these things. Okay. Now then I'm just going to add, okay, where is it, where music. So this music is a current music. Okay, it's like music file, but we have that one, right, music data. Okay, null. Okay, so one music is done. So once the music is done, we have to add the progress. Okay, long. So progress means the progress state, it's like 0 to 10 means, so what this in what where the progress is there. So then we are going to add, so I'm just adding these actions. Okay, so I'm going to create one enum for these actions. Okay, so enum class. Okay, player action. Okay, so here start to initial start, play, pause, next, previous. Okay, so these are the enums. We are going to use it as a player action. Okay, so player action dot start, so that is action. Okay, so this data class also parcelizer, and this should be extend parcela parcelable. Okay, so this is done. So these things are done, right? So 1 2 3 4, enough. So now we are going to process, we are going to play the music using this one. Okay, so now I am going to view model, not view model. So now we are going to the list, not list, list we have a action. So this is the click action. Here only we are going to add the code to select the audio and all those things. Okay, so before doing this, we'll go to the music state actually. So music state, where is that? Sorry, music event. So in the music event, we need to we don't want to do something like that. So what to do? We have to add few actions like start, play, all those actions. Okay, so those actions and all data class. Okay, data class, start. So it's the same thing, that start. So here there is music file is the music data is the parameter, and this music event. Okay, so here, yeah, fine. So same thing for start, play, pause, next, previous, and slide change. Slide change. Okay, so the R slider change. Okay, so these are the things we are going to do this. So here we need to add val duration like float. Okay, so the duration of the slider which we are going to use, the duration will be a floater. Okay, start, play, plus, so these things. Okay, I think pause, sorry, this is not a enum. Yeah, right. So this is done. So we are going to use this event in our class. So first we will go to the view model. So I'm just going to the view model. So load file is done. So before load file, we are going to add fun on action. So the on action will be music event is the action. So when event, so we need to extend all the remaining branches, right? So we're done. Okay, so this is not next, play, store, those things. So first we will add the action in the screen. Okay, so in the screen first we will add the music view model dot on action. Here music event dot actually start, I think. Okay, this is the start. We are going to item, not item, music. Okay, so now it is done. So this action is done. So based on the action, we will do things later. Okay, so once it is done, we are going to do the same thing over here, where not, this is the slider on slider change and slider finish. Okay, so two things will be here. So on slider change, we are going to pass this one. Okay, slider change. So we are going to, it will have a it. Okay, so float is a it, and it is having a music. Maybe it should have a music detail. So selected music, right? So selected music we should have in a view model. Okay, okay, the music state, selected music state we should have in a view model. It is like a music state or player state. Yeah, player state we should have actually. So in the player state, we can add the player state in this state actually. Okay, here. Well, here, okay. Player state. Mutable state flow. Not don't need of mutable state flow. We can directly add like player state null. Okay, so this play based on this player state only we are going to use it over here. So actually where is that? So this is the lazy column, right? So this is the column we are showing in the bottom circle. It's like, so this bottom is this column. Okay, so here this column only view model dot not music list. Okay, this is not a music list naming. Actually we can change the name, so for now I am just leaving like that. Dot not value, what is this value? Okay, player state. So we are going to take again once again, so this is the music list. So okay, player state, music list they already take. Okay, so based using this music list we can do this player state. Okay, so if the player state is there means we are going to show the bottom box, otherwise we are not going to show this. Okay, show the bottom box, and this should be the player. Okay, so this player should have a media actually. Okay, so if the player should have a media, then we need to add that one also. Okay, dot okay. Okay, so this player should have a media music dot name. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this music only we need to add here again. Music. Okay, music, selected music. So once I selected the music, I'll just copy this one. We are going to play inside this one. Okay, okay, so selected music is the music which we are having. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, this is the selected music one, selected music dot name, this one. Okay, so the same thing we need to do. This will also come with the utils dot truncate. Okay, okay, now it is done. So here we have a duration, so it's like a start duration and end duration. So two things we will have. What is this? Slider change, music event dot slider change, this one, comma, selected music. Okay, so now it is good. So this same thing we have over here. Once again, this one is like same thing. Util dot calculate mails. Okay, so let's see, player dot, I think progress. Okay, so the first one will be a progress. First one will be a progress. So second one will be the full duration of the music. Okay, second one, util dot calculate duration, player dot, it's not a player, selected music. Okay, selected music dot duration. Okay, so now we have this one. So once it is done, so here this actions we need to do. So what is this? This is the previous one. Okay, music view model dot on action. Okay, music event dot, this is not start, this is the previous, right? Previous one is like selected music. Okay, Okay, so actually this selected music we won't used in the previous record. Let me check. If we use means we will use that. So this one is a circular one. What we are using, this is the pass and play, right? So this pass and play we need to change actually. So what we are going to do is, well, action icon is equal to if player dot action is equal to player action dot play. Okay, player action dot play means we are going to return this one, else we are going to return a play icon. So this icon should be shown here. Okay, okay, not here, whole thing, I think. Yeah, whole thing. So the same thing about here. About here, what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm not going to return anything here. Play means we need to pause, pass means we need to play. Okay, so these two things are done. So here this is the another icon. So this is not icon actually, this is the same thing inside over here. So this is the another icon. So this is next one, right? Next icon. Okay, so these things are done. So whenever we are doing clicking those things, it will hit the action in the view model. Okay, so we'll just go to the view model. So these are the things we are going to use this one. Okay, I'm just going to close that one to clean up these things. Okay, mostly we are going to use the service one, this screen, and this one. This screen action is done, so we are not going to touch anything in the screen. Mostly we won't done. Okay, we will done. So mostly we are going to use the view model and service is the main thing we are going to use exactly. So let me create some functions on next event dot music file. Okay, so on next actually music file, if we need it or not, let me check that one. We'll see that one, but we'll add just things in that. Okay, okay, yeah, done. So on next, on pause, on play, previous. So these are the methods we are going to use. Okay, on start. Okay, so these are the methods we are going to use. More action, okay, music file. So actually we don't need music because we can take the current music from this list itself actually. So we don't need any parameter for this things actually. Only the slider we need, that slider things. Okay, so other things we don't need. So here we need only the duration, other things we don't need. So I'm just changing my mind. So okay, private. Okay, okay, on next, on play, on previous, on slide change. Okay, on start. So everything is done. So here we are going to add the parameter like val, not val, slider state float. Okay, slider state float. So now it is done. So these are the functions who is going to communicate from this view model to the service class. Okay, so service class over here. Okay, so how we are going to communicate those things is the big question mark. So we are going to use receiver, broadcast receiver, to communicate from this thing to that thing. Okay, so first let me show you how we can do it. Okay, how we are going to first start. Okay, start is the selected item. Okay, so selected item, when we are selecting the item, so dot value is equal to underscore music list, sorry, underscore music list dot value, copy player state. Okay, so before that we need to take a player state is equal to, what is that, underscore music dot value dot player state. Okay, so here what we are going to do, player state dot not music action is equal to player action is start. Okay, so this player action we are going to add it over here. Player action is start, those that player action we are going to add here. Player state. Okay, so if this is null, the player state will, new player state will create. So new player state create, once new player state create, so it will add it to the music list. Okay, so we need to here we need in start we need the event dot music file. Okay, music data. Okay, so here player dot music. So start, if we are having or not having, we need to create the things newly only, because music file. Okay, so we are going to pass the music as a music file and action as this one. And what are the other things we are having? So id we don't need, we are not going to use the id. Okay, and progress 0l. Okay, that's it. So now we are going to do this one. So now what I am going to do, we need to pass this player state to the service. Okay, and at the same time we need to start the service when clicking this start also. So for starting the service we need to write something in main activity. Okay, in main activity two things we are going to do. First we are going to start the service immediately when we are opening this one. Okay, if build dot version dot stk int greater than or equal to build dot version code dot o, I think o. Okay, so if this is o, so if after then o means we have a function called start foreground service. So using the start foreground service we can start a intent. So calling the service is same like activity music service class.java. Okay, so if this is less than that, we don't have that function actually, so start service is done. Okay, so these two things we will start the service immediately once we launch the application. So you can, based on that you can do it. Okay, so other than that, in this one we need to get some items. It's like selected audio, so those things we need to get over here. So actually where is it is selected? Okay, here, right? So I'm going to create one function. It's like a higher order function we are going to create. Selected audio. Okay, so in this selected audio music data is the parameter. Okay, and there is no return type. So when we are selecting this audio, we are going to, where we are selecting, not here, here we are selecting, right? So when we are selecting this audio, we are going to pass not this one, only this music. Okay, only this music to there. Okay, so the thing need to change is um, oh shit, so we can't do this like this. Actually, we don't we need to change many things actually here. We did a big mistake over here. So actually we can't send broadcast from view model. We can send the broadcast only from the activity. Okay, so this is the main difference, the things we are going to do. So that is fine, I think we can manage based on that. Okay, let me tell you how to do that. Okay, so now for now just leave it selected audio. Okay, okay, music file. Okay, so based on this music file we are going to start the service and make this one as a okay, send broadcast. So same send broadcast, send broadcast, we need to create a broadcast first to send the broadcast. Okay, so same type of intent, same type of intent dot apply. Okay, in this one we are going to give, we need to give our channel name actually. So the channel which we created to receive the data, right? So that channel we need to give here. Okay, so one more thing we need to think over here is, so this is music one, so we need to pass some data like put extra. In this put extra we are going to put the whole data of our player state. Okay, so here we are going to put like what is that, music view model dot this one dot, what is that, value dot player state. Okay, so this whole thing, the whole player state we are going to put this one as a extra. Okay, so when we are passing this whole thing as a extra, we need the player state. So for that we need to we need to make the things properly, right? So things like properly, so I'm just confusing, right? So we need to have the proper data in the player state, right? So for that, music view model dot on action we are going to call here. So in this on action we are going to give the exact thing. It's like it's on start or on state. So what is the exact one we are going to give it over here. Okay, it's like now it is player action dot start. Okay, not player action, music event dot start. So in the start we are going to give music file, right? So we are going to we gave music file. So now what with the music file in the view model, the music file is giving assigning the music player thing, right? So once it is done, so we are starting the send broadcast. Okay, so this send broadcast will go with the data, and we need to route the same thing over there also, how we are going to do things. Okay, so only thing additional adding to the music, we need to add one more parameter like music state. Music state we need to get selected audio comma music state dot, what happened, okay, music event dot start as this music. Okay, here music event. Okay, so the same thing over here, music event. So this event, and we need to pass it directly over here. Okay, what happened, Okay, yeah, now it is done. Okay, music file actually we don't need, music event is fine. So now we will see how to create a broadcast receiver from here to that activity, and how to send broadcast from this activity to that activity. So one time action means we can directly send data in intent. Otherwise we have to pass through the send broadcast. Okay, so now what we did in this video, so we created a service, we just created a service, we implemented in a manifest, and we created a action file for that one. uh, Here UI to view model, and this in this action file, and we are going to communicate, we are going to start the music over here. Okay, so this is like half, it is in the half, so we will be continuing in the next session of this video. So next section you will get some clarity how the music is starting. Okay, so we need to listen to the music, right? So yeah, let's see.